Namo Buddhaya. Welcome back to Monks in the Morning from Colombo Dhamma Friends of Maha Mangala. I'm so glad that you're joining us so we can spend time together now as kalyanamitta. You know, the Supreme Buddha taught us that we can consider him to be the best kalyanamitta of all, because he's the one who discovered and taught us the Four Noble Truths. Another kalyanamitta who's very important to us is our parents, because they're our very first teachers, and they teach us all about the world. For many of us, they're the ones who first taught us about the Supreme Buddha's Dhamma. They may even be helping you to listen to this program right now. Today, we'll learn more from the Maha Mangala Sutta, and one of the blessings that we'll learn is the blessing of supporting our mother and father. So as we listen to the sermon, I want you to think very specifically about ways that you can help support your mother and father. Also, at the end of the sermon, the Bhante talks very briefly about two more blessings, so pay close attention so you don't miss them. We'll also listen to the sutta where Arahant Sariputta helps a ghost who was his mother in a previous life, and we'll chant the Mora Paritta, so get your chanting book ready or click on the show notes to download or read online. Now let's take the refuges and the precepts.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Sanghang saranang gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchāmi. Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchāmi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Say after me, I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. with the refuge of the noble triple gem. I observe these precepts for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, to escape from the sufferings of samsara. May it help me. May it be a blessing. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya, meritorious children. The Blessed One, out of compassion, taught you in many ways, from various ways to gain happiness to your lives. As you all know, as disciples of the Buddha, thinking wisely will help you to gain happiness. And also, there's another way to gain happiness, that is by gaining merit. So, by thinking wisely, you will have enthusiasm to cultivate wholesome deeds. And also, monks and your parents and others can chant, can utter the Buddha's wonderful words as Paritta. They can chant protective discourses and bless you. So, Maha Mangala Sutta is a sutta where a lot of monks and lay people chant to bless you. So, while we get the blessings from the truth of the Buddha's teachings, we should try to practice the great qualities in Maha Mangala Sutta. So, the fifth verse of the Maha Mangala Sutta is Mata pitu pattanang puttadarasa sangaho anakulacha kammanta etam mangalamuttamang. Etam mangalamuttamang means what? These are the highest blessings. Now, there are three things. Mata pitu pattanang, to support one's father and mother. Puttadarasa sangaho, to cherish one's wife and children. So, a father also has responsibilities. Anakulacha kammanta, and to be engaged in peaceful occupations. So, these are the highest blessings. So, imagine, children, if we have these qualities, now as a child, if you support the mother and father, to some extent you could be a small child, but see what are the ways you can help your mother and father. If you are not strong enough to help your mother and father, you can support your mother and father with pleasant words. You can support your mother and father by not giving troubles to them, by making them happy. So, as responsible children, as we get this human life as a rare occurrence, as a rare chance, we should try to do good things and things that wise people will praise you. We should try to do the things that wise people praise. So, there are wise and unwise people in the world. So, if you like to be praised by the wise people, we should do wise things. Dear children, the highest support any son or daughter can do to their mother and father is help them kindly establish in the noble Dhamma. Because you are living today everything being supported by the mother and father. The Buddha said, even if a person keep them on their shoulders and look after them properly, keeping the mother and father, keeping the father on one shoulder and mother on another shoulder, and attend to them, yet we can't pay back the debt. So we should be ever so grateful to our parents, and if they do not know the noble Dhamma, we should help them to learn and establish in it. So this will shower you blessings. This is a shower of blessings for our lives. I have seen some children who are like 8 years, 9 years, some are 10 years, they come to the Dhamma program. First, the mother come and drops the child and go. But then after some time, the child invites the mother and the father too. So in that way, the small children, they have a chance today in Colombo Dhamma Friends especially to bring their parents for the Dhamma programs. While children are learning Dhamma, the parents also can learn Dhamma. Dear children, so we should be ever so grateful to our parents, and if they do not know the noble Dhamma, you can help them to learn and establish in it. So that is a shower of blessing. So you are helping yourself and helping your mother and father who gave life to you. So how can you help your mother and father? How can you support your mother and father? Okay, one thing, you can be kind to your mother and father. You can support your mother and father. That is materially. There's one more way that will help you to overcome the debts that you have towards the mother and father. What's that way? By helping them to learn the Buddha's teaching, by helping them to escape from sufferings forever, by helping them not to suffer in future births. Do you like to see your mother and father suffering in future births? One time, around Sariputta, when he was walking along the road, he saw a very ugly person, extremely ugly, with a wicked face, and the veins were popping out. Then Venerable Sariputta was walking. Then this ugly woman came to Venerable Sariputta and said, "Dear Bhante, I was your mother in a previous life." Then Arahant Sariputta asked, "Why, what happened?" That ugly person was not a human being. That woman was born in a ghost world. Then Arahant Sariputta, out of compassion, went on arms round and then offered food to Maha Sangha, and then offered water and offered whatever the possible things that could give happiness to the mother in a previous life, and shared the merit by accumulating good karma, by doing good deeds. That merit Arahant Sariputta shared with that demon, which was a mother in a previous life. See, children, now Arahant Sariputta was able to help a mother who was born in a previous life, but now in a demon world, in a ghost world. How? By doing good karma and by sharing that merit with your mother and father. In the same way, children, don't think that you did not have a mother and father in a previous life. You had a mother and a father in a previous life. This is not your first mother and father. You should have compassion towards the mothers and fathers who lived in the past. You should have compassion towards the mother and father who helps you in this life. So children, the best way is do good deeds and share that merit with your mother and father in this life, and also with the mothers and fathers in past lives. Then you are doing good karma to protect your life, and you are helping your mother and father in this life and all the mothers and fathers in past lives. What do you think, children? So dear children, Puttadarasa Sangaho, Anakulacha Kammanta. So one day when you grow old, you will have to take care of your children, just like your mother and father took care of you, take care of you properly. So when you cultivate these wholesome deeds, you are engaged in peaceful occupations. So once you study very well, Anakulacha Kammanta, we should be engaged in peaceful occupations one day. Try to have a good hope to become a good person in future. Select a good occupation in future and cultivate wholesome deeds and gain blessings to your lives and realize the Four Noble Truths. in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya.
Peta Vatthu. Stories of Ghosts.
Number 14. Sariputta Bhante's mother. Sariputta Bhante sees a female ghost and asks, "You are naked and very ugly. Your veins are popping out. You thin person with your ribs sticking out. Who are you?" "I was your mother in a previous life. Now I am living in the ghost world, suffering from hunger and thirst. My food is saliva, mucus, phlegm, the fat of burning bodies, the blood of woman giving birth, blood of wounds, pus, and the blood from shaving wounds. I can only feed on the pus and blood of humans and animals. I do not have of a house of my own. Therefore I stay in the cemetery. O my son, please offer alms to monks and dedicate that merit to me. Then I will be free from eating pus and blood." Having heard what his mother said, the compassionate Sariputta Bhante called Mangala Bhante, Naruda Bhante, and Kapina Bhante. Sariputta Bhante built 4 huts and offered those huts along with food and drinks to the worldwide Sangha and dedicated the merit to his mother. The result of donation immediately took effect in the form of food, drinks, and clothing for the ghost. She became pure, wearing the cleanest and finest clothes, with jewelry. Then she approached Sariputta Bhante. "Who are you, with heavenly beauty, shining in all directions like a star? Why are you so beautiful? What merit have you collected when you were a human?" "I was your mother in a previous life. I was reborn in the ghost world, suffering from hunger and thirst. My food was saliva, mucus, phlegm, the fat of burning bodies, the blood of woman giving birth, the blood of wounds. I could only feed on the pus and blood of humans and animals. I did not have a house of my own. Therefore, I stayed in the cemetery. But I am very happy now, rejoicing in Sariputta Bhante's gift. I do not fear anything. I have come here to worship the compassionate Sariputta Bhante."
You can listen to more of these stories of ghosts online. Just go to serenecolombo.org/radio and click on Show Notes. There will be a link that you can follow to listen to more recordings and even find out how you can get your own copy of the book, Peta Vatthu, Stories of Ghosts. Mora Paritta, the Bodhisattva Peacock's Verses of Protection. Turn to page 33 in your chanting book if you have one. This Paritta is very famous and was actually used by the Supreme Buddha when he was still just a Bodhisattva, before he attained enlightenment. This was in a previous life when he was a peacock, and he would chant these verses at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. So you can do that too and get this very same protection. Now let's chant together.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Udetayang Chakkumayeka Raja Harissavanno Patavippabaso Tantan Namassami Harissavannang Patavippabhasang Tayajja Gutta Vihare Mudivasang. The sun, the one king with eyes, rises, spreading golden rays, and illuminating the great earth. I pay homage to you, the sun spreading golden rays, and illuminating the great earth, guarded today by you. May I live through the day. Ye Brahmana Veda Gu Sabba Dhamme Te me namo te cha mampalayantu. Namattu Buddhanang namattu Bodhiya. Namo Vimuttanang namo Vimuttiya. Those arahants who are knowers of all truths, I pay homage to them. May they keep watch over me. Homage to the enlightened ones. Homage to the fourfold enlightenment. Homage to the liberated ones. Homage to their liberation. Imang so parittang katva moro charati esana. Having made this protection, the Bodhisattva peacock sets out in search of food. Apetayang Chakkumayeka Raja Harissavanno Pathavippabhaso Tantang Namassami Harissavannang Pathavippabhasang Tayajja Gutta Vihare Muratting. The sun, the one king with eyes, descends spreading golden rays and illuminating the great earth. I pay homage to you, the sun spreading golden rays and illuminating the great earth, guarded today by you. May I live through the night. Ye Brahmana Veda Gu Sabba Dhamme Te me namo te cha mampalayantu. Namattu Buddhanang namattu Bodhiya. Namo Vimuttanang namo Vimuttiya. Those arahants who are knowers of all truths, I pay homage to them. May they keep watch over me. Homage to the enlightened ones. Homage to the fourfold enlightenment. Homage to the liberated ones. Homage to their liberation. Imang so parittang katva moro vasam kappaiti. Having made this protection, the Bodhisattva peacock lived happily. Etena saccena suvatti hotu. By this truth, may there be well-being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
We're so happy you were able to join us today. We hope that you learned something new, and we really hope you can use what you learned as you go about the rest of your day. Do you remember the 3 blessings that we learned today? The first one we talked about a lot, supporting mother and father. Did you think about ways that you can support your mother and father? The monks would love to hear your ideas, and we'd really love to share them on the air to give other kids like you some good ideas. I know that you're creative and can think of lots of ways you can help your parents, so click on the contacts link in the show notes and let us know. Do you remember the other blessings? To look after our wife or husband and our children? That's something that you may get to do in the future. And the third? To be engaged in peaceful occupations. So, to have a good job that doesn't hurt others. So as you think about what kind of job you'll have when you grow up, you should always think if it's something helpful that matches with the Supreme Buddha's Dhamma. So, today we've collected merit in many ways. We went for refuge and took the precepts. We listened to a Dhamma sermon on the Maha Mangala Sutta. We listened to a sutta from the Peta Vatthu about how Arahant Sariputta helped a ghost who was his mother in a previous life. Do you remember how he helped her? Did he give her things? No. Ghosts can't get things that way. He gave gifts to the Maha Sangha and then shared the merit with her. And we also recited the Mora Paritta. So when we do meritorious things like this, we like for other people to have happy minds thinking about these wholesome actions. So may our teacher Lokaswami Hangsa, may our parents, our relatives, our friends, may they all rejoice in this merit, and may they soon experience for themselves the supreme bliss of Nibbana in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya.